Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO Bionicle video. For today guys, we're going to be doing a let's build and review on the awesome Matoran of Voya Nui Balta. This is set number 8725, was released in 2006 and contains 22 pieces. So, talking about Balta. Now, I only know a bit of information about him, but after the big battle on Spherus Magna, as you all know, Matoran Nui defeated the Makuta Pterodax. You know, obviously big happy moments there, of course, defeating the person who practically, or the Bionicle that overthrew the Great Spirit Matoran Nui. Now, the problem is, what they all had to do was they had to evacuate the Great Spirit Matoran Nui, or the big robot, just because it was malfunctioning. It didn't work properly after the Pterodax did invade the robot. So a lot of the, the Voya Nui Matoran, the Matoran, all the Matoran practically had to migrate and move to the newly formed Spherus Magna, and that's where they kind of united with the different tribes. But Balta himself adopted himself into the Fire tribe, since he does kind of have that elemental fire type look. And what's interesting is that Balta, in another alternative universe, when he meets with Takunuva, the Toa of Light, Takunuva sacrifices his powers just because he finished something that he was destined to do. Now, I don't know exactly what it was, but he gave some of his powers to Balta, and that's what transformed him into the Toa of Fire. So there's the box, as you can see guys, a great design I have to say. So it says Matoran Balta, and there you can see is the Kanohi Huna. Now the Kanohi Huna is an interesting mask because it is the mask of concealment. It allows the user to go invisible, and the only known wearer to this mask is Vakama. So for Balta to have worn it is, I guess, a great honor, to be honest. But anyway, it's a great mask. Not only that, you can also see his great twin repellers that he has there. Those two awesome blades there. And his color scheme looks pretty cool there. A bit of orange, a bit of red going on. And there, of course, you can see is a touch and, I guess, a picture of Voya Nui there. Voya Nui? Voya Nui, exactly. That is what it's called. I was going to say Matoran Nui, but that would make sense. But anyway, there you can see, guys, just some more pictures there. Just says the LEGO design in the back. And then, of course, here you can see, well, that should be centered there. There you can see, guys, are the other, of course, as you all know, the Voya Nui Matoran that you can collect. So here's just a close-up, guys, as you can see there. So you have the likes of Dalu there, and then, of course, you have Balta, then you have Velika, then, of course, Kazi, then Peruk, and Garan there. Now, you can see here is Voya Nui, sorry, I should say. And it's just showing you the map, and of course where each of the Voya Nui Matoran lived on Voya Nui. I've said Voya Nui like 3 times now in one sentence, but I guess you guys get the idea. And yeah, there's the box, and I guess that must be the opening, but I'm not going to open it through there. I want to keep the box in pristine condition. You can see, guys, I've already opened up the back there, and I've had to, I had to do it through there just because I don't want to rip the box any more than I should. I know I said that I wouldn't open this, but I think I had to in order to actually access the pieces. So I've got to be very, very careful here. Got to use my my skills there just to try and open it up very carefully. There we go. Oh, thank God for that. So here we go. Here are the pieces, and let's get them out. Wow, check those out, guys. Oh, those look pretty cool there. I guess different from the original, the Liwa Nuva blades, but here are the pieces, and they come in this little, I guess, package with just holes there. Do they need breathing space or something? I don't know. Anyway, and here are the instructions. Anything else inside? Nope. Let's leave that to the side for now. Close that up. There we go. Ah, okay, yeah, that's good. I like that. So now we can see the box is in pristine condition. So here are the instructions. Let's open them up and see what we get inside. Oh, gotta be careful. Don't want to rip this up too. Okay, so it just shows you a bunch of instructions here. That should be pretty explanatory there. And what's in the back here. So it just shows you, so kind of like a, I guess, a ad preview about the Paraka there. Those are pretty cool sets. I've never actually had a Paraka before. They're the likes of Vizok, Thok, and of course the other ones like Avak, Zaktan, and you get the idea. So here is the combiner set. You can combine the Matoran to make this. Interesting. What is it meant to be? Is that a bird? Looks like a bird there. But anyway. Instructions for how to, make the the combiner model, and I could definitely go ahead and try to do this if I had collected all of them. But I actually have 3 other more Matoran, or the Voya Nui Matoran. I will obviously do a let's build on those later on, so stay tuned for that, guys. But I think that's pretty much it. So just to quickly show you the twin repellers there. Wow, those are so cool, guys. Check that out. I have to say, these are really awesome. Now, these were passed on from Kazani. He gave them to him about 1,000 years ago, sorry. And apparently these swords, or these repellers, can literally deflect any attack. So that's how powerful these things are. I don't know how good they are with you know, attacking mode, but in terms of defensive, these things can deflect any source of power, any beam. I don't know if it maybe could withstand Takanuva's, you know, light blasts, but maybe. You never know. Okay, to open up the package now, let's get out all the pieces. Okay, now how are we going to rip this up? There we go. Get out all the pieces that we need. Come on, get out. Ah, there we go. So that's all the pieces there. Nothing else inside this plastic bag. Nope. Okay. Here is the Kanohi that Balta wears. Now, I don't know specifically if this is the Kanohi Huna, but it doesn't really look like Vakama's mask, to be honest. But if it is, then this is pretty cool, guys. Just check out the detail there. This is definitely a mask you can use for a mock. Wow. And then, of course, here is the pen axle there. That is so good. Look at the detail, guys. I have to say, this is nice. Okay, so let's get building. So we're going to need this foot here. Attach this on. Oh, wait, we need to attach in this black connector piece. And how do we go about doing that? So, okay, push that in through there. Connect it on. There we go. Through the middle. Oh, through the middle. There we go. And just to shine a bit of light there. Adding in, ooh, check these out. These are pretty cool. I like the color. These must be silver, maybe? Silver Borok pieces. So attach that on there, and one on the other side. Whoops. There we go. And we need to push it through. There we go. And attach on the connector pieces. So there's one. And here is two. So that should be straightforward. Okay, so what we need to do next is to add this on and attach this in the middle part. Oh no, yep, in the middle one. Okay, yep. Okay, there we go. And then attach on the other side. Okay, so just like that. Then we need to add in the feet connection pieces, so let's add that in. One there, and one on the other side. Oh, the instruction's gonna fall. There we go. So that's attached on now. Hopefully, well, it's quite wiggly, to be honest. But anyway, doesn't matter. Then we go to add in the feet. Whoops, I've added in the connection wrong, so that should be facing this way. That should all be facing this way. And that should be in the back like that, so that's not wrong. Then I need to, what else do I need to do? Add in the hand connector pieces. So one there, attach them on. So something I find really interesting, guys, is that they don't give you a brain stock for the Kanohi or for the Bionicle headpiece. That is really weird. I don't know why they don't do that, but anyway, it's just really weird. So I have to stick with this yellow, trans yellow brain stock here. I had an extra one, so I just had to use it. But it's just really bizarre. Now, when I'm looking at Balta's picture here, it looks like it's a bit orangey. So I think that's the original brain stock piece, but I'm gonna have to stick with this for now. It doesn't look as good, obviously, because you know, it's trans yellow and this is red. But I can't do much there. So let's just connect that on now. There we go. So that's attached on. And then we need to just give him his twin repellers. So let's connect those in. Those are pretty straightforward. And connect the other one. There we go. Now, Balta, the Matoran, or Matoran from Voya Nui, is completed. Let's try to fix them up there. There we go. Now they do give you 2 extra, pin connectors. Now I believe this must be used for the combinational model. I'm not sure exactly, but I would assume so because you don't really need it for this set. But I'm just still so surprised they don't give you a brain stock for these sets. Why? I don't get it. The only thing they don't give you, and I guess one of the most important things, to be honest too, it gives life to the set, is of course the brain stock, and I don't know why they didn't give it. So straight into the review, guys. You can see that I got standard articulation with this set. You can get some great articulation in the legs. Now this is just one fixated piece there, of course, since it is a very small set, and then articulation in the feet, and of course in the arms as well. Now I like this kind of armor piece here, or I should say this arm piece here, because it kind of also replicates an armor piece since it does have that little pointy bit sticking out there, which I definitely like. And then of course you can see their hand movements, and I really like the yellow or Keat orange, or possibly Keat orange, I don't know, connector pieces there. I definitely like the color scheme. It goes so well together. The red and the orangey kind of look, or yellowy look there, goes so well. And I like the touch of the silver Borak pieces there. I don't know why they should be there, but adding those in just gives that set a bit more, I guess, a bit more character, and I just like it. And then of course you have here the twin repellers, as you all know. Now these are very similar to the air sabers that Toa Liwa does have, Toa Liwa Nuva, but I guess they're exactly the same, but nonetheless still they're very nice weapons to have, and of course you can use them for maybe a different mark or something like that. But these weapons here can literally repel any source of power or blast, so that's definitely a bonus to have, of course, if you are a Bionicle. And then of course here you also have the Great Kanohi. Now I don't know, like as mentioned, I don't know if this is the Kanohi Huna, but if it is a beautiful mask, I have to say, and I think one of my favorites. I just really like it, to be honest. I like the look and just the design, the amount of detail it has, but surprisingly, as mentioned with the set, they don't give you a brain stock. That is just really weird, but anyway. So you can get some good articulation in the head, so that's good as well, so you can really pose the set however you want, and that's just a really great bonus. Now not only that, and that's quite interesting as well with the set, is that you can actually move the back. So the hands actually move, or the whole back of the arms move. So here is a piece here, as you can see, and it's just held in by a single connector piece. I don't know if that's meant to be like that, or maybe that's the function, so then I guess he can dance maybe. Dun 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 dun. I don't know, maybe. Dun 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 dun. Celebrating after Mikuta Pterodactyl's death. Yeah! Woo! I don't know, but you get the idea. But overall, I think he is a great set. I really like him. And of course, at the end of the day, these sets can be used as great mocks, to be honest. I don't know. I just think they can. But anyway, guys, there you have it. That is the Let's Build and review on this great set. I really all hope you have enjoyed it, guys. If you have, smash that thumbs up button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. So then you guys are all up to date with any new videos I do post out. Not only that, guys, do share around my videos. Share it to the Bionicle community. To anyone out there who loves Bionicles in general. As always, guys, have a great day. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll be talking to you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.